Today it's raining outside and it's cold, and it's a good day to make another homemade soup. I grew up in the 60s where my mom made lots of homemade soups and stews, but she also served us canned soup, Campbell's canned soup, because we had a big family. I come from a family of 5 kids, and it was convenient and easy for my mom to open up a couple of cans for us and serve it with sandwiches for lunch. So I remember that soup. It was always my favorite. It was my sister's favorite too, being with bacon. So I'm going to walk you through all the steps, how I make this. It's a very simple and hearty soup, and it has a lot of childhood memories in my family, but I hope you'll enjoy this recipe. Also, traditionally, this soup comes with northern white beans. That's the kind of beans they used in the Campbell's soup and still do, and that's the typical bean that is actually made with the soup. But I don't have any white beans, and so I'm going to use the beans I have tons of, which are pintos. You could use red beans, you could use pretty much any kind of bean you want, but typically the northern white bean is the one that goes with that soup. But like I said, I don't have any, and I'm going to use what I have, so you can do the same. I'm soaking these the night before. So our beans have been soaked. Now we're going to drain them and start our cooking process. This soup has been cooking about an hour and a half, and I've tasted it's delicious, but it's a little bit watery, which is fine. But the traditional bean with bacon soup is it doesn't have that wateriness. It's like thicker. So there's two ways we can make it like it's traditional. One is to add cornstarch and water and mix it in, it'll thicken it. And the traditional way to do it is take half of the beans out and put them in a food processor. It'll grind them up and you put them back in, and it's more of a thickening agent. So we're going to do that. So just a few pulses did exactly what we wanted. So this is like going to be our thickening agent we'll pour this back in the pot. So you can see how it is. And so anybody who's had bean with bacon knows it's more of a creamy soup. It's a thick, creamy soup. So this is what's going to thicken our soup, just like this. So we're going to stir it all together and serve it up in just a moment. It's soup now. So we did add the half of the soup and the beans into a food processor to thicken it, so it's more like the traditional bean with bacon soup. If you don't have a food processor, you can use a blender, or you can do the cornstarch, like a teaspoon of cornstarch with a little bit of water, mix it in, and it will thicken it as well. So this is still pretty warm. We used to have it with crackers. And these used to be called hi-hos, and they're Ritz now, but they're really good with this kind of soup. So let's give this a taste. It's hot, so I'm going to just take a small little taste of it. Really delicious. If you can imagine the bean with bacon soup being better than it was as a child having Campbell's soup, it's a lot better. It's heartier. It's just unbelievably delicious. So if you like bean with bacon soup, you will absolutely love this. And it takes about an hour and a half to cook. Super easy to make, super hearty, and really good on a cold day. So I hope you'll give this a try, and I hope it turns out wonderful for you.